Many of them were at the peak of their fame, and all of them seemed to have so much time ahead to reach new heights. But their lives were cut off in an abrupt and sometimes even mysterious way, leaving their family members and millions of fans all over the world in shock. Today we take a look at some actors who died under horrifying circumstances.
But anything can happen to anybody, you know.
Brandon Lee. Bruce Lee's son lost his life literally during the filming of The Crow, in which his character is killed by thighs from a revolver. The 28-year-old was reported to have been accidentally shot with a prop gun that contained a real bullet. After the accident, he was rushed to the hospital and operated on for 6 hours. But medics didn't manage to save his life. Lee only had a few more days of shooting to do, and a week after the film was wrapped, he was set to get married. Naya Rivera. The 33-year-old Glee star went missing earlier in July after renting a boat with her 4-year-old son. When the boat did not return after its 3-hour rental, staff found it in the lake with the boy on board alone. Her body was discovered some days later. According to the official report, she mustered enough energy to get her son back onto the boat, but not enough to save herself. After this horrible incident, people started talking about something they believed to be a Glee curse. 3 show cast members have passed away at a young age under different circumstances. Even those who don't believe in curses have started questioning their beliefs at some point. Anton Yelchin. Yelchin became famous for his acting in the Star Trek reboot franchise films. The 27-year-old had it all to become big in Hollywood, but one summer day of 2016 changed everything for the young actor and his family. The fatal traffic collision happened near Yelchin's house when he got out of his car that rolled backwards down his steep driveway, pinning him against a brick pillar and security fence. The actor was discovered by his friends and pronounced dead at the site.
Yeah, he was very special, but now he's very special because his death might gonna save some other lives.
Paul Walker. The Fast and Furious star was returning from a charity event for his organization in Los Angeles when he got into a terrifying car accident. Walker was a passenger in a sports automobile driven by a friend who lost control of the vehicle and at a great speed crashed into a lamppost and 2 trees. The 40-year-old Hollywood A-lister was working on Furious 7 at the time, with several of his key scenes not filmed yet. In spite of experiencing unbearable emotional pain over the loss of their loved one, at some point Paul's brothers Caleb and Cody volunteered to participate in the movie shoot in memory of Paul. Gary Coleman. Coleman, with his sparkling eyes and perfect comic timing, was best known for his childhood role as Arnold Jackson in the sitcom Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
His popularity faded when the show ended. In addition to that, he had suffered ill health and had a host of legal battles. In a 1993 television interview, he said he had twice tried to end his life by overdosing on pills. His life did end, but in another tragic way. In May 2016, Coleman was rushed to a Utah hospital in critical condition after falling down the stairs at his home and hitting his head. Probably this happened as a result of a seizure. The 42-year-old died 2 days after his fall. He was taken off life support after suffering a brain hemorrhage. Christopher Reeve. The actor rose to fame when he took on the role of Superman in the 1978 film, which was a tremendous success. Reeve was just 26 at the time, handsome, talented, active, and athletic. The actor in his prime was determined to conquer new heights, but in 1995, there occurred something that no one expected. He got thrown from his horse, breaking his neck. Thus, Reeve got paralyzed for his entire life. Reeve remained an inspiration for thousands of people around the world, as he practically became a crusader for people with spinal cord injuries.
I think you only have 2 choices when you have an injury like this. Either you vegetate and look out the window, or you get busy and try to affect change. And the second, of course, appeals to me a lot more.
However, the story of his life still ended abruptly and unexpectedly. In 2004, the actor died of heart failure at age 52. Lee Thompson Young. Young was best known for his title role on Disney's The Famous Jet Jackson. Not many knew, at least before his tragic death, that in his teenage years, Young had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and had been suffering from depression. With medication and therapy, the young star continued on his road to success and the roles got bigger. By the age of 29, he was on the rise in his career. But in 2013, things changed forever when Lee was found dead in his apartment from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His sister, who found strength to speak on the issue only a year after the tragedy, said rightfully that he managed to accomplish so much in those 29 years of his life. In memory of their loved one, his relatives launched the Lee Thompson Young Foundation in an effort to help remove the stigma surrounding mental illness. Cameron Boyce. Cameron made his screen debut in the 2008 supernatural horror film Mirrors. He became famous for his role in Jesse, which ran for 4 seasons. His breakout role that got him recognition was in the Descendants franchise. Boyce was meant to become a household name until, one day in 2019, the world got shocked by the news about his sudden death at the age of 20. On July 6th, Boyce was found unresponsive at his home address. Authorities were called, and Boyce was pronounced dead at the scene. The aspiring actor passed away in his sleep due to a seizure caused by epilepsy. Just a day before his death, Cameron posted a black and white headshot from an interview he did with ID Magazine in 2018. Michael Clarke Duncan. Duncan rose from working as a ditch digger to becoming an Oscar and Golden Globe nominee for his unforgettable role in the 1999 film The Green Mile. As Independent fairly put it, his industrial-sized build was suited for everything from superhero films to comedy. He could have made a career out of his voice work alone. Fans were shocked to find out that Duncan, who led a quite healthy lifestyle and was a vegetarian, died at the age of 54 following a heart attack. On the fateful night of July 13th, Michael's fiancée, lying next to him in bed, realized he stopped breathing. She called 911 and performed CPR. When the paramedics arrived, he was still alive. However, after several weeks in the hospital, Duncan passed away. Following Duncan's death, many memorials used one of his most famous lines from The Green Mile, "Heaven, I'm in heaven." Heath Ledger. Ledger became a household name in the late 90s when he appeared in 10 Things I Hate About You. Several years later, he would become one of the youngest people ever nominated for the Best Actor Oscar for his role in Brokeback Mountain. Shortly after portraying the Joker, Ledger died from an accidental drug overdose. The 28-year-old was found lying breathless and naked on the floor in his Manhattan apartment. Some speculated that playing the Joker contributed to his mental health.
Why so serious?
After his death, they discovered the actor's chilling diary that he made when creating the Joker. His father confirmed that Heath put himself into a self-imposed exile as he liked to, quote, dive into his characters. Brittany Murphy. The actress whose breakout role was in the 90s coming-of-age comedy Clueless passed away at the age of 32. Her death was ruled accidental and caused by a combination of pneumonia, an iron deficiency, and drug intoxication. However, despite the officially given reason, when her husband died at the same house of the same cause as 5 months later, toxic mold was introduced as a possible culprit. So now, over a decade later, Murphy's cause of death is still under debate. Robin Williams. The world has still not gotten over the heartbreaking passing of comedy genius Robin Williams in 2014. In the months preceding his death, he had faced serious personal and professional challenges that apparently were too much for Williams. The 63-year-old hanged himself at his home in California without even leaving a note. 3 months later, the autopsy results came in and showed that Williams had been misdiagnosed with Parkinson's disease. In reality, he suffered from an incurable brain disease called Lewy body dementia that begins with memory problems and physical stiffness and graduates to extreme personality changes, psychiatric symptoms, and eventually death. This condition may also have contributed to his depression that resulted in the tragedy. This video is in memory of all the amazing actors and actresses who were shining so bright. Despite leaving this world so early, they left an unforgettable legacy behind.